Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Rupanand Guru Varga ki jai, Pati Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaura Hari ki jai, Shri Radha Vinu Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Hari Naam Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Gaura. So today we just had a massive windstorm in Vrindavan, accompanied by tons of dust, and that dust got in the lungs of Sudevi and Sudevi, who are sensitive to dust, and they developed asthmatic symptoms. So Sudevi won't be accompanying us for bhajans today. She needs to rest her lungs. So you will all have to sing loudly and make up for that. And yeah, it was followed by thunder and lightning and an intense rainstorm, and it made Jamuna's waves flow backward, means upstream. There's massive waves for Jamuna flowing in the opposite direction with crests and everything. Very beautiful, very windy, and the temperature dropped at least 30 or 35 degrees Fahrenheit from this storm. So from 108 degrees down to about 70 with wind chills of 65. So we're going to start with Mangalacharan, page 1. In this book right here, Shri Gauriya Giti Kucha, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamala. That's V-A-N-D-E, Vande. Hare Krishna. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamala Shri Guru Vaisnava Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanditam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Namine Shri Krishna Leela Patane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunashcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirashan Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromarincha Shri Krishna Padam Jnitaigahundi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे नमः विष्णुपदाय गौरप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति प्रज्ञानो केशव इति नामिने अतीवद्यच्चरित्राय स्वश्रितानञ्चपानिने जीवदूते सदर्ताय श्रीनाम प्रेमदायिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभारती देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण सम्बन्ध विज्ञानोदये प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाभ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दिनकारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदम्बुजयते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगम्बराय ते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्निष्ठा सजनप्रिया वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्तो राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरतोपङ्गो मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो नित्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमान् श्रीमन्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीरघुविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठाभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवत्ततस्तुतः कर्षन्वेणुस्मरैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रेयस्तुनः वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् हरेर्नाम हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामेव केवलं खलु नस्केव गतिरन्यथा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Jai Jai Shri Guru, page 29. Starting with Jaya Jaya, Jaya, 29. Jaya Jaya Shri Guru Prema Jaya Jaya Shri Guru want to learn this bhajan, Kavi Muli Vaishnava Chiribo, I think I'm going to ask Madhukar, he can teach me, and then we can learn it together. Page 44, Ebaro, Kuruna Koro, E-I-A, Baro, B-A-R-A, 44. Jai Jai Nityananda Rohini Kumar, page 64, starting with Jaya Jaya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda. Jai Jai Nityananda Rohini Kumar by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rohini Kumar Adhika Bharo Ragi Dubaho Pasar Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rohini Kumar Adhika Bharo Ragi Dubaho Pasar Gada Gada Madhura Madhuraya Bhogoya Jare dekhe tare preme Lori deya kora Gada Gada Madhura Madhuraya Bhogoya Jare dekhe tare preme Lori deya kora Nagamahu Garo Chano Hari Miranta Sonaro Kamale Jino Hiraye Brahma Nagamahu Garo Chano Hiraye Miranta Sonaro Kamale Jino Hiraye Brahma Goyaro Thakuro Nitai Para Dukha Jane Hariname Mala Gathi Dilo Jaga Jane Goyaro Thakuro Nitai Para Dukha Jane Hariname Mala Gathi Dilo Jaga Jane Udila Aruna, page 160. And I know the title is Udila Aruna, which means Kirtan at sunrise. But this bhajan also is extremely appropriate for all of us at all times. And sunrise doesn't only mean the earthly sunrise. It also means the sunrise of bhakti manifesting in our hearts the sunrise of the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifesting in our lives, of Harinam Prabhu, of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, the beginning of our spiritual life. And today is the birthday of Champak Dasi, who participates with us every evening, our evening. And because it's your birthday, I was thinking that it would be nice to also chant a bhajan which applies to us and the value of this extremely rare human form of life that we all have. And so this bhajan here is like everything relating to that. Oh, sorry, it's page 160 in the book. Udilo Aruna, U-D-I-L-O. Udilo Aruna. And otherwise it's known as Arunodaya Kirtan. চরণে পড়িবে লাজে উদিত তপন হইলে আশ্রয় দিন গেল বলি হইবে ব্যস্ত উদিত তপন হইলে আশ্রয় দিন গেল বলি হইবে ব্যস্ত তবে কেন দেবে অলস তবে কেন দেবে অলস না ভজ হৃদয় রাজে না ভজ হৃদয় রাজে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে জীবন নয় নিত্য জানহ সার তাহে নানাবিধ বিপদ ভার জীবন নয় নিত্য জানহ সার তাহে নানাবিধ বিপদ ভার নামাশ্রয় করি যতনে তুমি নামাশ্রয় করি যতনে তুমি কাকহ আপন কাজে কাকহ আপন কাজে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে কৃষ্ণ নাম শুদ্ধা করিয়া পান জুড়াও ভক্তি বিনোদ প্রাণ কৃষ্ণ নাম শুদ্ধা করিয়া পান জুড়াও ভক্তি বিনোদ প্রাণ নাম বিনা কিছু নাহি গো আর নাম বিনা কিছু নাহি গো আর চোদ ভুবন মাঝে চোদ ভুবন মাঝে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে উদিল অরুণ পুরব ভাগে দ্বিজমণি গৌরা অমনি জাগে জীবের কল্যাণ সাধন কাম জগতে আসিলে মধুর নাম জীবের কল্যাণ সাধন কাম জগতে আসিলে মধুর নাম অবিদ্যতে তপন রূপে অবিদ্যাতে তপন রূপে হৃদগণে বিরাজে হৃদগণে বিরাজে উদিল So because I said today is Champak Dasi's birthday, I'm going to read this translation. When the reddish sun began to rise on the eastern horizon, Sri Gauranga, the jewel among the twice born, at once awoke. Taking his devotees with him, he went into the towns and villages of Navadvip. Tatai, tatai, the mridangas resounded, and the kartals played in time. Overflowing with prem, Sri Gauranga's golden limbs swayed gracefully, causing the ankle bells on his feet to jingle. Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, everyone chant, filling your mouths with the holy names of the Lord. Oh, you pass your nights in vain, captivated by sleep, and your days in decorating your body. Don't any of you think about what you are doing, having achieved this rare human body? If you do not worship the son of Yashoda now, you will fall into a shameful condition at the time of death. With every rising and setting of the sun, you are busy counting the passing days. Why then do you still remain idle and not worship the Lord of the heart? Know this essential fact. Material life is temporary and filled with various troubles and burdens. Earnestly take shelter of the holy name and remain engaged in your occupational duties. Drink the pure nectar of Krishna Nam and thus give relief to Bhaktivinod's burning heart. There is nothing except the holy name within all of the 14 worlds. Desiring to benefit the living entities, these sweet holy names have come to the material world. They shine like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. It's such a powerful, beautiful bhajan and prayer. And sometimes, as devotees, we have a tendency to think, oh, I'm so unfortunate, I'm bound in this material world. I've taken birth in this material body full of blood and bones and flesh and stool and urine and mucus and bile and all sorts of other nasty things. However, we've understood from Srimad Bhagavatam, from our Guru Varga, from our Acharyas and scriptures, that this human form of life is the most valuable treasure. That only from the human form of life can one actually endeavor for perfection. So this human form of body, it is said, Mrideham Adyam Sulabham Sudurlabham, extremely rare, but it is like the perfectly constructed boat for crossing over this ocean of material existence. On my own I have no strength. I don't know which way to go. I cannot navigate. But who is my captain? Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadaram. Our captain is Sri Guru. Guru Karnadaram. So with Sri Guru comes all of Sri Guru's associates, Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathurabha, Sri Murtir Shradhe Sevan, all activities which are favorable for bhakti. If we use this human form of life for that process, for that purpose, then we are using it properly. Otherwise, in this case, it says, what will happen to us? If we do not worship the Lord, then we will have wasted our life. It will be in vain. So that verse from Srimad Bhagavatam says, Mayan kulyena nabhaspatelitam kuman bhavabhim nataret sa atmaha. After having received all of this amazing transcendental knowledge and association and favorable situations for progressing on the path of devotion to the Lord, if one does not utilize this chance, then they are considered like those persons who are killers of their own soul. Atmaha. So we want to take advantage of this amazing, rare and valuable opportunity. So to have a birthday or to celebrate a birthday or a birthday party for us who are endeavoring on the path of devotion. Maybe we might be weak, but still it is a remembrance. It's like the alarm clock. Every year it's ringing. Ring, another year has gone by. What have I done for serving Krishna? How much have I endeavored to hold on tightly to the lotus feet of Sri Guru? I've been given this very rare human form of life. For billions and trillions of lifetimes I've been cycling in this samsara. 8,400,000 different species of life. Jalaja, Navalakshani, Stavara, Lakshavinshati, Krinayodu, Prasankyakya, Pakshinam, Dashalakshanam. I've been cycling through these 8,400,000 species, and finally, again I have come back to the human form. Apparently all of the other human forms I have come into, I have not utilized properly because I am still bound in this material world. But now is the time. We have received this opportunity and this human form. So every birthday that comes is an opportunity to remember the great mercy, the great opportunity, the great blessing that we have received this time, that we have been given Harinam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that we have come so close to the time of Mahaprabhu, that we have come to the lotus feet of pure Vaishnavas, who are eternal servants in Goloka Vrindavan of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in their Nikunjas. What kind of rare and valuable opportunity is this? To come into the line of real Rupanuga Vaishnavas and to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, and their explanations, their bhavs, their moods, how to enter into the path of bhakti. So this is a very auspicious thing, that we have come to this human form, and it's also an auspicious reminder. Good morning, happy birthday. Everyone is saying happy birthday. In the material world, happy birthday means you are the center, you are the enjoyer. You should re-enter samsara. But in this path of bhakti, when devotees come together and say happy birthday to anyone, what would our Gurudev say? He would set that person down in the middle of all of the Vaishnavas, give flowers to all of the Vaishnavas, and then give blessings to that devotee. With flowers, he would say, Mangalam Bhavatu. And all the devotees would repeat, Mangalam Bhavatu, and they would throw flowers on that devotee. It means, may all auspiciousness come to you. He would say, Krishna Bhaktir Bhavatu. I've added one, Guru Nishta Bhavatu. May Guru Nishta manifest in your heart, because Gurudev always said Guru Nishta is the backbone of bhakti. And all the devotees repeat, Guru Nishta Bhavatu, and we throw flowers on the devotee. All of the Vaishnavas are blessing. Krishna Bhaktir Bhavatu. May you attain devotion to Krishna. And all the devotees would respond, Krishna Bhaktir Bhavatu, and flowers thrown on that devotee, thrown on, showered upon. And then Gurudev would say, Radha Dasyam Bhavatu. And all of the devotees would respond, Radha Dasyam Bhavatu, and shower their flowers, their blessings. What does that mean? May you attain to that highest goal, our final destination of servitude, Dasyam, to Srimati Radhika. Radha Dasyam Bhavatu. And then Gurudev would say, may you be happy now. May you be happy forever, or on your path. May you be happy now and into forever, and may you be happy in perfection. So happy for all time. What beautiful blessings he would give. and he would have all of the devotees bless that person. Now you have this chance, this human form. And when all Vaishnavas are blessing simultaneously, and Sri Guru is blessing, then that devotee can receive so much spiritual sukriti, and also so much impressions, sanskar, the impressions of this amazing, valuable thing I have been given, this human form, which is the medium by which I can actually endeavor for and even attain perfection. But to endeavor for perfection, we have this form. So you're so fortunate. So I request all of the devotees, even though she might not be able to hear, but you can all say happy birthday to her. Champak Dasi, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So now we will continue to Krishna Bhajan. Vande Girivara Dhara Pada Kamalam by Govinda Das starts with Vande, V-A-N-D-E, page 346. Vande.
Achapalla Kula
Today we're going to sing Radhika Charana Renu Bhushana Kariyatanu Anayase Pave Giridhari. I saw Manas Goswami, was it his birthday yesterday? Singing, he was singing that bhajan online and it inspired me to sing that. It is called Shri Radhanishta Radhika Charana Renu Bhushana Kariyatanu Anayase Pave Giridhari. 112, 112. Radhika Charana Renu. And this is by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare I don't know if you've noticed, but Radharaman used to be over here. Then he came over here. Now he's right there. I knew he was trying to crowd in closer to Srimati Radhika. She's the Yogi Hari's Radhika. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nangayate Girin Yatripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times into the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astottara Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I offer the same thousands of Dandavat Pranam unto the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astottara Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, including all of those who are participating today, my Dandavat Pranam. So today also happens to be day when the world is celebrating their mothers. Everyone is saying Happy Mother's Day. So, for all of those mothers out there, Happy Mother's Day. According to Shastra, there are 7 mothers. There is your birth mother. There is Mother Earth, Mother Cow. There is the wife of your Guru, if your Guru has a wife. I can't remember all of them actually. If someone knows, they can post it. There is also Gayatri Mantra is considered your mother. So, in Shastra it is said, what qualifies one for being a mother? Really, what qualifies one for being a mother is their assistance and nourishment on the path of devotion or bhakti. This is the definition of mother. It is said that a mother's love is the greatest love in this world. Although it is not considered pure, because no love in this world is pure. Atmendriya pritivancha taibalikam, krishnendriya priticha dhare premanam. Real love or prem is only when you have the desire to satisfy the transcendental senses of Krishna. All other relationships which have selfishness involved in them, that love is considered not to be pure love, but in the material world it is known as kam, because I want something from you, which is lust. Not gross, mundane lust like we normally think of lust, but I want to get something from you. For example, in India, parents have children and the mother might expect her son, well, I'm having you now so that you can maintain me later. This is very common. In the West, I don't think it's common. But still, there's some gratification that I get from this relationship. Something, for some time, anyhow. So, in this world, it's said that the real, or the greatest love of the material world is the love of a mother for their child, because they will do anything for that child, even give up their own life if necessary. And so, it is said that one can never repay their mother for the love, the nourishment, the nurturing they give. And really that is one of the natural Vedic dharmas, is that one should honor their mother and father because they have brought them into this world, they have nourished them, they have educated them, they have tried to help that soul to become a devotee of the Lord. And therefore there's no way to repay that. Of course, Gurudeva explained that Guru is more than millions of mothers of this world. So all of you mothers out there who can imagine the love that you have for your own children, what you wouldn't do to save your child if your child was in a difficult situation. Multiply that love, multiply that affection millions of times. The compassion, the mercy, the affection that Sri Guru has for us, and the desperate endeavor that Guru gives for us, trying to remove us from the danger of this ocean which is on fire of material existence. That love, that affection is more than the affection of millions of mothers of this world. And Gurudeva also explained that Krishna has more love for us than millions of mothers of this world. So why not give our reciprocation in affection and endeavor to serve and please Guru and Krishna. So happy Mother's Day. Now, what time is it? Is it late?
It's 6:40.
Okay. We will continue with Going Beyond Vaikuntha. Going Beyond Vaikuntha is our Srila Gurudev's, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja's Bhav Anubhav. It means his commentary with so much mood, with all of his heart's moods manifesting on the Brihad Bhagavatamrita of Sri Sanatan Goswamipada. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said that Brihad Bhagavatamrita is the source or the origin of all of the other works of the Goswamis. So we can see it as foundational. It is the foundation from which all of the other works of our Goswamis has manifested. In other words, Brihad Bhagavatamrita is essential for us to understand. It is almost like a condensation of all other Vedic scriptures. bringing us on a progression. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj coined the term subjective evolution of consciousness. I love it. So he's bringing us on a subjective, our own personal evolution of consciousness by the medium of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, so that we don't have to take that long. He's already brought us through that process which Gopakumar took millions and millions of years to go through, so that we don't have to waste our time in separation from service of our Ishtadev, Krishna. So, before beginning, I would like to offer the prayer to Sri Sanatan Goswami by Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Vairaga Juga Bhakti Rasam Prayatnaya Apayanam Mam Anubhipshamandam Kripambudirya Paraduka Dukhi Sanatana Swam Prabhum Ashrayami. Raghunath Das Goswami is praying to Sri Sanatan Goswami for his mercy. What did he say? He said, he gave me the nectar laced with renunciation, although I was unwilling to accept it. And our Srila Prabhupada took that prayer and made his own rendition of it and offered it unto the lotus feet of his sannyas guru, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, who is the guru of our Gurudeva, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Upon our Param Gurudev's disappearance from this world in 1968, Srila Prabhupada wrote this beautiful prayer and offered it through the disciples of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj in bereavement, that he, although I was unwilling to accept it, he forcibly gave me this nectar laced with renunciation. And so the way Prabhupada wrote it was Vairaga Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga, which is from one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he said, Apayanam Mam Anubhikshamandam Kripambudirya Paradukha Duki Shri Keshavas Tam Prabhum Ashrayami. So Prabhupada wrote this prayer, and on behalf of himself and including all of his disciples, we offer our humble obeisances in the dust of his lotus feet. Prabhupada said he is no longer with us. Now he has gone back to Krishna's abode 2 or 3 times in that one lecture. This is something very telling, because sometimes it's easy to place everyone in the same category. Some godbrothers of Srila Prabhupada may have been jealous of his success, but if we were to superimpose this kind of mood onto every godbrother, then this would be aparadha. Prabhupada is saying he went back to Krishna, which means he's a pure devotee of the Lord. And Prabhupada was weeping and crying in separation from this godbrother. So it's very dangerous to just lump everyone in any situation into the same category, right? Like, all Babajis are bad, we've heard this. No, Gurudev told me I can write something about the difference between good Babajis and bad Babajis. There's Gaur Kishori Das Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Bansi Das Babaji Maharaj, hundreds and thousands of our Goswamis and our Gurus, they also are Babaji. So we shouldn't just look at everyone as bad. Some are good, some are not. Same with the name Gaudiya Mat. Gaudiya Mat is the institution of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And he had so many amazing, powerful, stalwart disciples who are pure devotees of the Lord. And so we should be very careful about lumping everything into the same category, to give proper honor and respect to those Vaishnavas according to their levels. Krishneti yasya kiritam manasadriyeta dikshashti chet pranatibhishcha bhajantamisha shushrushaya bhajana vidyamananyamanya nindadi shunyam hridam ipsita sangalabdya. We should honor Vaishnavas according to their characteristics, according to their natures. If someone is just chanting the holy names, within our mind we offer our pranam. If they have received diksha and are engaging in the process of bhajan and chanting the holy names, then we should offer our dandavat pranam to them. And if someone has completely dedicated every aspect of their being, 100% into the loving service of Krishna, without any attraction or deviation from the service of Krishna whatsoever, to that person, then we should surrender our heart and soul at their feet and take shelter of them, hear from them, and follow them. So, now, I'm praying to the dust of the lotus feet of Sri Sanatan Goswamipada and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, that make even a particle of their moods which are present within these pages manifest in our hearts. So here Srila Gurudev is glorifying the mantra, also Sanatan Goswami. The mantra which Gopkumar had received was the Gopal mantra. And this Gopal mantra, by chanting it over time, it is in itself its own potency. So by faithfully chanting this mantra, it manifested itself as his Ishtadev, and his particular relationship with his Ishtadev means his particular worshipful Lord, Ishtadev. Who is Hanuman's particular Ishtadev? Sudevi? Lord Ram. Ram is Hanuman's Ishtadev. Who is Radhika's Ishtadev? Only Krishna. Radhika doesn't go toward Ram. Radhika goes toward Krishna. Hanuman goes toward Ram. So this is Ishtadev. Ram doesn't dance with the gopis. Krishna dances with the gopis. The gopis don't dance with Ram. They dance with Krishna. So this is the nature of individual, particular relationship with a particular form of the Lord according to one's intrinsic nature, which is immutable and unchangeable. It is inherently, eternally there. So by the power of his mantra, what was inside his nature as a cowherd boy, as a sakha, friend of Krishna in Vrindavan, gradually awoke by the power of his mantra. So externally he's doing his sadhan bhajan, seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi, and inside he's realized who I am by the power of mantra. And in our case, by the power of our diksha mantras, which nourish our chanting of Harinam, if we say it like that, which nourish Harinam, then our mirror of our heart, Jeto Darpanamarjanam, will be cleansed, will be cleaned, and by that we will understand who I am, who is my Ishtadev, and what is the nature of my eternal relationship with my Ishtadev. So it's there already in seed form, it just needs to be awakened, it needs to be manifested. It's not that it is created, it is given by some outside source. Srila Prabhupada said no. Srila Gurudev said no. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj said no. Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj said no. Srila Bhakti Rakshak said no. And all of those personalities who were engaged in that conversation unanimously agreed and understood, no, it cannot be given by any outside source. It is awakened by sadhu sangha. People have misunderstood the term Bhakti Lata Bij to mean that Guru has given a seed from outside. Because Bhakti Lata Bij means seed. But all of our means the seed of the creeper of bhakti. All of our Guru Varga, they have explained, and you can type it up in database, Acharya database, our Gurudev's Bhakti base, Prabhupada's database, Srila Srila Maharaj, everything. You can type in Bhakti Lata Bij and see the commentary on any of the Acharyas. What is their commentary? Bhakti Lata Bij is another term for Sadhu Sangha, or association of Vaishnavas, which comes in what form? In the form of Harikatha, in the form of instruction. And what happens as a result of that? Krishna Bhakti Janma Mool Hoy Sadhu Sangha. By their association, Krishna Bhakti awakens. Krishna Seva Vasanam. The tendency, the intrinsic tendency or nature to serve Krishna begins to awaken. So, Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Avidya Vinasha Jate, from Shraddha first, gradually toward Prema Bhakti, and by that ignorance is destroyed. So sometimes we hear that they have given this Bhakti Lata Bij, but we should understand that they have given their association by which whatever is already inherently inside awakens. If anyone might be able to post translation from Srila Prabhupada in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kore Udoy. And this verse is saying, Shravan Adi, by hearing, etc. Shravan Adi means the processes of bhakti. Shravana Kirtana Smarana, like this. Hearing by the pure devotee, then Kore Udoy. In this case, some people say it is created, but our Guru Varga, including Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, all of them, they have asserted very strongly that Kore Udoy does not mean have created, but is awakening. So the manifestation, it is manifesting by association. Our nature to love and serve Krishna is manifesting by the effect of that association. So, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Srila Prabhupada translates as, Krishna Prema is eternally situated within the heart of the jiva. In this case, all of our Guru Varga are asserting that this means in a seed form, because if we were already manifesting Krishna Prema in its completeness, then we would not have these material bodies. So it must be in some kind of seed form, in its potential, its inherency. But we cannot change the potential of an orange seed to turn into an apple tree, or an apple seed to turn into an orange tree. An apple seed will only become an apple tree, an orange seed will only become an orange tree, and it has the potential inside. An expert gardener will be able to detect the difference between the seeds and give it the appropriate nourishment for it to attain its perfection, its fruition. So our Guru Varga are very clear on this. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi. But not by any external thing, Sadhya Kabunoi, can it be manifested. It's already inside. By Shravan Adi. Shravan means hearing and chanting and all the other limbs of bhakti. It awakens or manifests. And Mahaprabhu confirms this. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagya Manajeev Guru Krishna Prasadipai Bhakti Latabij. Sorry, he's saying Shravana Kirtana Jale Koriye Secha. How do you water this? And Kirtan. You water your own seed of bhakti by the process of Shravan and Kirtan. By the process of Shravan and Kirtan, means hearing and chanting. All of the processes of bhakti, this nourishes that seed to its perfection. So our Guru Varga were very clear on this point. And Srila Prabhupada in the purport also gives more elucidation on this. He clarifies very well that it is already inherent within us. It's already inherent within us. So if you can post that part of the purport as well, I'd really appreciate it. Because these subjects are very important to understand. Otherwise we can become confused and even lost. It is said that Srila Jiva Goswami said something or wrote something which appears to be different. But we should understand that the process of parampara is following our Gurudev, who has understood the heart of his Gurudev, who has understood the heart of his Gurudev, etc., etc. Nowadays we have something known as Google and database. So we can jump over the head of our Guru and assume that we understand Jiva Goswami better than my Gurudev, better than my Param Gurudev, better than Prabhupada, better than Srila Srila Maharaj, better than Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, better than Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Bhaktivedanta Thakur studied very carefully Jiva Goswami's works for years and years and years and understood their import. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada also, he understood their import. Our Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj was caught reading the works, the Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami, and he was told, you're not qualified, you shouldn't read that, it's too advanced for you. And he said, you can test me on anything. This was by the, I think it was Ananta Vasudev, disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj was so well versed in all of these, he completely gave all of the answers with deep explanations, so much so that Ananta Vasudeva was very pacified. Wow! Yes, you can continue reading. So we shouldn't assume that our Guru Varga have not understood, have not gone deep into the works of the Acharyas and understood their deepest import and then revealed those to us. To assume this is actually aparad to these Acharyas, aparad to our own Guru and his Guru. So we should follow parampara. Krishna speaks about parampara in Bhagavad Gita. Evam parampara praptam idam rajashayo vidu sakalane nehamahata yogo nashta parantapa. He speaks about this process. Like I said, now we have computers, so we can make our computer our guru. But in the past, how did anyone receive knowledge? Through their Gurudev. What their Guru has understood and processed and ascertained, that Gurudev would digest the knowledge he has received from his Gurudev or her Gurudev. And then they would subsequently share that knowledge. This is parampara. So we should not jump over the head of our Gurudev. Mahaprabhu gave the example of how one should be. He said, my Gurudev saw me as a fool. And so he instructed me that I shouldn't waste my time in studying all of these high scriptures and Vedanta and this and that I should simply chant the holy names of the Lord. And by his presence and by his humility, Prakashananda Saraswati and his 100,000 disciples all took shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also accepted the path of Harinam Seva as the topmost thing in this age. Harer Nam eva kevalam, kalo nasti eva, gatir anyata. So now, Gurudev was speaking about different personalities, and I believe yesterday I ended with speaking about Shukadev Goswami, how he walked away completely. Gurudev was saying, for those who attain to this stage of prema, there is nothing of this material world, no troubles that can touch them. They're completely oblivious to what's going on outside, because they're completely deeply connected to their Ishtadev, to the particular form of the Lord who reciprocates with their soul. So they have no attraction or disturbance from anything outside. They're perfectly equipoised in every situation. This is the nature of the topmost personalities, Uttam. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmane Gavihashtini Shunichayva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. A real Pandit sees everything with equal vision, understanding everything's connectedness with Krishna. Brahmane, the Brahman, Gavi, cow, Hastini, elephant, dog, even a dog eater. He understands that everything is related to the Lord. And he has equal vision toward all of it. That they are all eternal spirit souls, part and parcel of Krishna, and meant to serve Krishna. So he is not disturbed by anything. And then Krishna also says, Dehinosmin yata dehe komaram yovanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. That the person who is sober-minded, he's not disturbed, he's not affected by the change of bodies. As one goes from childhood to youth to old age and then passes into another body after death. He's not bewildered or upset by these things. We, due to attachment and fear, we cry over these things. But those who are on that level are completely equipoised in every situation. They understand that everything is the mercy of Krishna. And they have no disturbance from any of this whatsoever. So Gurudev was speaking about Shukadev Goswami, Narad Rishi and Prahlad. In relation to Prahlad, I believe this verse, Evam Vratasva Priyanama Kitya. He's manifesting all kinds of transcendental emotions, Ashta Sattvic Bhavs, rolling on the ground, crying, laughing, weeping, and he doesn't even know, therefore he doesn't care what anyone is thinking about him. People might laugh. People were throwing dirt and things at Shukadev Goswami and Maharaja Rishabdev. This is not supposed to make noise. I turned that off. Excuse me. So he's completely undisturbed and equipoised in every situation. Prahlad Maharaj. He's not concerned with how others will look at him, like we are these days. Oh my God, what if someone sees my tilak? What if they see me dressed like a devotee? What if they laugh at me? What if they criticize me? When we're walking in a bunch of devotees, we'll put on tilak, Vaishnava dress, and walk very proudly. But when we're not with them, then we'll be so concerned, how will someone judge me? I don't want to be seen as being different. Then they might treat me different, they'll laugh at me, they'll mock me, and I don't want to be in that position. But the pure Vaishnava, they don't have these concerns because they're seeing Krishna everywhere. As Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks about the Uttam Vaishnava, they don't exactly see the material world and the workings of the material world. Rather, they see Krishna, their Ishtadev, present and acting in and through everything. So Gurudev here is saying, for Shukadev, Narad and Prahlad, nothing can touch them. No trouble can touch them. But some difficulty came to Bharat Maharaj, who was only in the stage of Bhav. Now we should understand that he was in the stage of Bhav in the process of Vaidhi Bhakti, not in the process of Raganuga Bhakti. There is a difference. Although the name is the same, Bhav still, while following the process of Vaidhi Bhakti, or Bhakti which is made feeble by fear of consequences if I do not follow the rules and regulations. This is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the process of Vaidhi Bhakti. Versus Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga means, Rag means spontaneous attachment. Anuga means following under or in this process, and in this case, to be Raganuga means you have to follow Ragatmik. You must be following a personality who has already attained their perfection in the relationship with Krishna. Then when you are following that and developing naturally in that association, spontaneous loving sentiment toward Krishna, this is Raganuga Bhajan. If you attain Bhav in the stage, in Raganuga Bhakti, then there is no possibility of being distracted or falling from that. But apparently in the history of Bharat Maharaj, in his Vaidhi Bhakti sadhana, he had attained the stage of Bhav. It's very, very high, but he's showing us as a pastime. Technically, one cannot also fall from the stage of Bhav, even in Vaidhi Bhakti sadhana, but for the purpose of manifesting this pastime and showing us the dangers and the detriments of being a little bit distracted in your bhajan, in your path. Bharat Maharaj revealed this Leela to us. Of what? He was overwhelmed. How was he overwhelmed? Bharat Maharaj was residing in the forest. He was chanting. He was meditating on the pastimes of the Lord. He had his goal fixed, Vaikuntha Bhajan. He was very dedicated day and night and experiencing so much transcendental emotion. One day he noticed something. There was a deer, and it was running in fear. A female deer, and she was pregnant. She was being chased by a tiger, and that tiger, as he was chasing her, it is said she jumped. And as she jumped through the air, she gave birth to a baby. And that baby, Bharat Maharaj rescued that baby, and it had no mother. The mother was finished. And gradually, through association and that baby having so much dependence upon him, he developed a mood toward that baby through service, right? Through taking care. This is my dear. My dear, dear. So he developed a sense of mamata, possessiveness, like my child. And as he was trying to remember the Lord, and as he was trying to chant, and that baby deer was growing up, it would come and nuzzle him, play around him, lick him, distract him in so many different ways. Many people understand this kind of thing. Those who have pets, those who even have children, you'll understand. So this deer was distracting him from his bhajan. And as the deer was becoming bigger and bigger over time, so much attachment was forming between him and his deer, and they used to play so much. He used to play with his deer. One day his deer wandered off with some friends, other deers. Or when I say other deer. And did not return. It was late. Maharaj became so worried. He was crying and searching, where is my dear deer? He had become so attached. And because he was so absorbed in remembering his deer, it had completely distracted him from his bhajan. Krishna says, even for someone who is quite advanced, even one sense which is distracted can fully pull the mind of that person away into illusion. If even one sense is distracted. So his mind, his heart, everything was distracted. He was looking for his deer time. And that time, because it was night, he couldn't see where he was going. He ended up falling to his death. As a result of falling to his death, crying for absorbing his mind in and meditating on a deer, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yang yang vapi smaram bhavam tejantyante kalevaram tam tameva itikontaya sadattat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of consciousness, whatever state of mind, whatever state of absorption one is in at the time of death, that state he will attain without fail. For sure and for certain. And this is also a lesson for all of us. Wherever our attachment is going, wherever our mind is going, wherever our absorption and obsession is going, wherever our mind is going the most to, then when death comes, we will have to go there. So for some people it's a boy, for other persons it's a girl. So then, become a woman, become a boy. For some people it's their dog, or their cat, or so many other things of this world. For some people it's money. For some people it's their food. So many different things that we absorb and obsess our minds on. And we will take a body suitable for tasting the results of our contemplation. Krishna promises this in Bhagavad Gita. So Bharat Maharaj became a deer. But because he had attained such a high status of spiritual evolution, understanding, that even in the form of a deer, he was able to remember. So he decided, as a deer, I'm not going to play with other deers. I'm just going to remain near the ashram of the sadhus, take the remnants of their prasad, overhear their Hari Katha and Kirtan. Bhakta Padaduli Ar Bhakta Padajal Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh Itin Mahabal, taking refuge of those supremely powerful substances that can bring him back to his position. Now Krishna also promises in Bhagavad Gita that even a little bit of progress on this path can save one from the greatest danger. So for Bharat Maharaj, very quickly he was reinstated, because Krishna says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Even if somebody does something wrong and falls from their position, but if they are one-pointed to me, then I will quickly reinstate them in their original position. So quickly Bharat Maharaj was able to come back. After 1 or 2 lifetimes, he came as Jag Bharat, and then he instructed eventually Maharaj Rahugana. So it's a very great lesson for us, where we're absorbing our minds, where we're absorbing our time. Sometimes it's easy to become complacent and think, this isn't going to affect me. But we can frankly see how attached people become even to their pets. Or first thing in the morning, they're calling, where is my pet? Loving, hugging, embracing, kissing, letting the pet lick you. Bharat Maharaj also had this same relationship with his deer. And now we see it also even among devotees who know so much, but it's so easy to become so attached to the material bodies of this world. And what is the result of that? If I end up dying with my absorption in an animal or even in any other human, something which is not spiritual or transcendental, then the result is unfortunate, that we will have to continue in this world. We see even Dhruva Maharaj, even though he saw the Lord, and once he saw the Lord, he was praying, oh my God, what have I done? I was praying for so many material things, this greatest material desire to have a kingdom greater than that of Lord Brahma. And now before me I realized that all of my desires were just like broken glass next to the most valuable gem. Still, because he had been doing his austerity with that desire to see the Lord told him, you will have to taste the result of your desire. But you will not be attached to it because you have seen me. But still he had to accept that. Interesting, isn't it? So we should try to maintain that association by which all of these desires become checked and we develop a one-pointed exclusive desire toward transcendental persons and transcendental things. Transcendental persons mean Sri Guru, the pure Vaishnavas, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Vrindavan Dham, Navadvip Dham, Jamuna Maharani, Giriraj Maharaj, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Radha Krishna, Vrindavan, all kinds of transcendental personalities and places. If we do that, then at the time of death, if our mind is absorbed in Vrindavan, in the service of Krishna, then very, very quickly we can run forward on the path of devotion toward perfection. So Bharat Maharaj was only in the stage of Bhav and he was overwhelmed. So in the stage of Bhav, some troubles may still come, but after that, like the wind, they will all fly away. Gurudev is saying these troubles, they will all fly away and we will not even be aware of them. We won't even be aware of them. Amazing, isn't it? Whatever trouble comes, we won't even be aware of it. Externally, people will think, oh my God, they're in trouble. But that devotee won't think I'm in trouble. They'll only see everything as the mercy of Krishna. So where is their trouble? There's no concern for trouble. Everything is the mercy of Krishna. Ma'arobi rakobi joe chotohar. If you want to kill me or protect me, this is up to you. You're free to do anything you like with me. If I'm placed in a difficult situation, thank you, Krishna, for your mercy. This only helps me to remember you more. If I'm placed in a happy situation, thank you, Krishna, for giving me this. If it's so much that I faint and I can't remember you, then, stop. Damn that ecstasy which stopped me from serving you, and then I continue my seva. We can see again and again the nature of these personalities. Everything is only in relation to Krishna, and they accept readily whatever is coming to them, so they don't see anything as unfavorable, anything as negative. There is no trouble or problem for them. Once, one devotee walked into the room of our Gurudev, and he was sitting there, chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Tears were flowing from his eyes as he was chanting. After a few minutes, he opened his eyes, and he said to them, in this world, there is no problem. There is no problem. There is only one problem. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And he continued weeping. This is the only problem for any pure devotee. They don't have any other problem. So here Gurudev is saying, so many troubles may come, but after that, like the wind, they will all fly away, and we will not even be aware of them. Then no anartha, no result of karma, or anything unpalatable will come. And in our eternal form, we will relish our eternal relationship with Krishna. In our eternal form, in our siddha deha, we will relish our eternal relationship with Krishna. So where is there scope for any problem? If the body is finished and you're already absorbed in your service to Krishna, you won't even notice. It is said that when Dhruva Maharaj actually stepped onto that flower airplane, swan airplane, to take him to Vaikuntha, at that time, his material, what was remaining of his material gross body, fell off like the skin of a snake comes off. He didn't even notice, and he continued on his way. We've also heard about those gopis who were trapped in their homes but heard Krishna's flute calling. That flute calling created such a deep necessity for them to run to Krishna, but they were locked in their homes. The doors were locked. It is said that their souls. They went running. And whatever was left, any little conditioning, you could say, whatever was remaining, any material attachment, it fell off. Means those bodies fell backward and their soul went out to Krishna and arrived there first. So they arrived there in their eternal transcendental spiritual bodies, and whatever was remaining fell off. They didn't even notice. Amazing, isn't it? So for those who are already aware, spiritually, internally, of their eternal relationship with Krishna and who have realized their eternal form, their Siddha Deha, if something happens to the body or even the body is changed, there's no attachment to that thing. It's not even a consideration. Completely oblivious to anything which is going on externally. So here Gurudev is saying, then no anartha or result of karma or anything unpalatable will come. And of course, Gurudev is explaining that once one attains to the state of prema, you can no longer maintain a material body. Up to that state, maybe. But once prema manifests, the body cannot handle that kind of love. It cannot handle it, so the body will fall off when one attains to prema. Then the question might be asked, but don't our Guru Varga have prema? It appears that they're maintaining a body. We should understand that everything to do with the personality of the pure devotee should be considered transcendental, because every particle is utilized exclusively 100% in the service of Krishna, so it should not be seen as a material body. The greatest aparad to Harinam, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada states, is to consider Sri Guru to be an ordinary mortal like myself. Because of this, one cannot enter into Harinam properly. To consider Sri Guru to be like me. It might appear that Guru is like me. But we should understand that Sri Guru, maybe other Gurus, Kanishta and Madhyam, maybe, they may have bodies. They're not really Shuddha Guru, pure, transcendental, exclusive. Maybe they still have some conditioning. But the Uttam Guru who even steps into the role of Madhyam, they are not mundane or of this world. Acharyamam vijanya namamanyekarichit. They are not of the material world. Krishna says you should see him as myself. And also Gurudeva Tatma. One should make the Gurudev the same as, should understand that Gurudev is their soul. They should make Gurudev their soul. So what is the other one I was trying to remember? Oh, Sarvadevam Mayo Guru. Sri Guru is the sum total of all of the demigods. In this case, I wanted to share one little thing. I don't know what time it is. So I wanted to share something. Sudevi did not receive a fire yajna when she received initiation from our Gurudev. Subsequently, many years later, actually at that time, Gurudev told her, real initiation happens when Guru first glances at his disciple. Everything else is just a formality. Many years later, someone was giving a class in Badger, and they said, if you have not had a fire yajna, then you are not really initiated by Gurudev. So she ran to Gurudev all concerned and upset. Gurudev, I never had a fire yajna. According to what I just heard, it means I'm not your disciple. And Gurudev was disgusted. He was like, if you think you're not my disciple, then go sit in front of a fire somewhere. Go somewhere and sit in front, then you will be my disciple. She went away feeling very shameful. Because Guru is the sum total of all demigods. All of this other stuff is actually a formality, an external formality. But if Guru is the sum total of all demigods, then Agni Dev must be present, right? So fire is there in the form of Guru. Sarva Deva Mayo Guru. So Gurudev said real initiation happens when Guru first glances at his disciple. Everything else is just a formality. No, this connection is a heart connection. It is a connection of souls on a much deeper level. So Gurudeva here is saying, in our eternal form, we will relish our eternal relationship with Krishna. In our eternal form. If we are serving internally and externally still we might have a form. We've seen this in, who is it? Lochan Das Thakur and Srinivas Acharya. It's one pastime, I can't remember the details, but I believe it was Lochan Das or Lokanas? Can't remember who it was. If you remember, you can send it. So one of them, the guru, was sitting there and he went into deep trance and did not come out for some days. Then it was recommended to Srinivas, you should go and, I believe it was like this, forgive me if I'm getting the names wrong, but the point is, go and see what your Gurudev is doing. So he went internal in his Siddha Swarup and went to see what's my Gurudev doing. In their internal forms, as maidservants of Srimati Radhika, they were searching for her lost nose ring. So Srinivas went in the internal maidservant form, Siddha Swarup. Externally, the forms were sitting there in a state like samadhi, trance. Internally, he went and assisted his Gurudev, and they found the nose ring of Srimati Radhika. After that seva had taken place, then they were able to come back to their external sadhak forms. So internally, one thing is going on, serving the nitya-siddha pastimes. Externally, another thing is going on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the meaning of this verse. Seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi. What's going on outside? We're doing our sadhan in our sadhak form, in our external form. And internally, in our internally spiritually conceived forms, our siddha deha, we are serving the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So I just want to end with here. Then Jayanta secretly told Gopakumar this mantra. So this is a mantra which was given to Gopakumar, different than his Diksha mantra. This was a Harinam mantra. So we receive Nam and we receive Diksha. At this time, the mantra that was given to Gopakumar was Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishori Krishna Ha Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasida Shri Vallabhi Jivana Radhikesha. And that's from Brihad Bhagavatamrita 247. This was the kirtan that was going on. One time, many years ago, we were in Govardhan on Parikrama with our Gurudev. And the devotee who was leading kirtan started singing Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Now, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare and then He Nata Narayana Vasudeva. So there was a mix going on. There's Krishna in Vrindavan, then there's Narayan in Vaikuntha, then there's Vasudeva in Dwarka. Gurudev smacked him in the back quite hard, went like this. And he immediately understood Gurudev's mood and he switched to this, which is all exclusively for the mood of Vrindavan Krishna. Because if one is not one-pointed toward their particular Ishtadev, and that also includes among Krishna, Ram, Narayan, Narasimha, and like that, if you're worshipping all at the same time, then you will not be able to attain your final destination. You can't have exclusivity in 5 different forms of Krishna. Ishtadev means who is my particular worshipful form, my particular worshipful Lord. In this case, this devotee began singing this. Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishori Krishna Ha Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasida Shri Vallabhi Jivana Radhikesha. So if anyone can post that on the comments. Is it still going? Did you see? Oh. So we will end here today. Thank you very much for your participation. Krishna Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishora Krishna Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishora Krishna Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasina Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasina Shri Vallavi Jivan Radhikesha Shri Vallavi Jivan Radhikesha Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishora Krishna Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishora Krishna Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasina Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasina Shri Vallavi Jivan Radhikesha Shri Vallavi Jivan Radhikesha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna गिरिनाथ महाराज की जय, राधारमण की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि गोविंद राम नरमाधवे, गोविंद राम नरमाधवे, गोविंद दामोदर माधवे, गोविंद दामोदर माधवे, बोलो राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे, राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे, राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे। वृंदावन हरिलाल की जय, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि। Thank you all very much for participating, for engaging me in this seva of remembering the teachings of our Gurudeva and our Guru Varga. We look forward to being with you all tomorrow. Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna.